close to what we saw in the regional finals in stage 1. That cutoff for top 15 was 60.4. One map on the line determining who will make it to global finals in London at the Copper Box Arena. And you know, let me just tell you something, Ghosh. If I've learned one thing, the energy goes crazy at the Copper Box.
Hey, VIP tickets are already sold out. General admission pre-sales is almost done. It's just about to be wide open for everybody to get involved. Make sure you get your tickets to head over to the global finals and hang out with us. And apparently the top 15 teams from today. Let's see where they drop. The team at the top for the very first time, Team Jukeyz in the lead. But I think it's Savvy Ultra Squad looking like a little bit of a different spot here on the outside of Observatory.
Hey, sometimes you got to change things up. If you know that you've been landing consistently, but you want to go to maybe a hotter drop or maybe something safe so you can grab your loadout and commence the eliminations, because they are 4 points outside that top spot. 30 grand, you know, the big difference when second place is 21 and Gromalok on your screen hitting the hidden caches underwater. Not a bad way to find some good cash, maybe some airstrikes.
And Nobu Spartan's team's going to need a massive effort here to break inside the top 15. Certainly still possible with the skill that they have, but a tough feat nonetheless with so many teams on the bubble trying to make their way inside the top 15. Here's FIFA Kill Squad looking for an early encounter as well. Grab a couple guns, grab some loot, and then maybe push the fight if you feel like you have the advantage.
Stronghold nearby, so this is probably why you had teams immediately drop to this location looking to find loadouts quickly. But Oki pushing the issue here. AB Wiz not far behind them. You can see navigating to the second story of this building, essentially sitting on top of them.
Decent fight, taking nice outside lane. Wiz is trying to provide some covering fire, and now they need to make sure they work together. Teams on the outside, looks like just 38 here. Teams probably within a couple hundred meters, though. I don't think anybody's going to push all the way over here this early, so this really truly is a 3v2. Team FIFA Kill doesn't want to lose.
Peeking, looking for the team. We're going to jump on over to another engagement over here. Team 34 on your left and Team Method 6 on the right. And I like the separation of how they're approaching it, right? Just trying to stay to look for maybe a good angle, but Ulix has the high ground on them. He's got Daga in his sights. Not going to pull the trigger just yet because it's not a clear line, but completely ignoring the right side.
Yeah,
unfortunately
wow.
Going to be decimated. Liam up top, not going to be able to make that happen for them. Cannot provide a trade. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's just blown coverage. Like, we didn't have any eyes looking over to convey some of that information, or if we did, they didn't see him either. It's just, that's a tough fight to take, and especially when you don't have all the information at hand, and I think they thought they did. Now, Liam's gonna push the fight here. Apparently, they saw probably the third Heretics Methods roll out to the right, and they can maybe clean up Cam and try to take down Daga before Heretics can get involved, especially because it looks like Team 47 is here. Clue trying to get involved from the other side will actually take down the second player on Team 11 to push them completely out of this fight. Daga's got to run to stay alive.
I mean, Team Ulix does need a massive game here. Currently sitting in 41st place with 26 points. They would need north of a, 30-plus point game and prey on the downfall of everyone in between.
Right.
So it's all or nothing for them. Savvy, top here, nestled into Hydro. So this is a place where you go if you want to pick up a rather handful of eliminations. Meanwhile, cutting on over, you see Jukeyz, Lenun, Vision pushing the issue, pushing forward to Team 24.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Savvy Ultras and Co out of Observatory. This is the first map they've done that. Now it's a quick team wipe there for Vision, Lenun, and Jukeyz. Apparently catching that team unaware. Team 24 is out of here, but this is the first map, literally, of all 5 that have been played aside from this one, that Savvy Ultras and Co did not hang out in Observatory. They are in a completely different POI, so I wonder if maybe it was a little bit too hot for their liking, and they're trying to play a bit more defensive because they know they've likely qualled, but they're looking for some extra prize money. Not sure, but they're getting involved here. It looks like chasing down Echo.
Yeah, Team Echo, they have had a rather tough run in this 6-game series. Yes, they did win map number 4, but it is not going to guarantee them a ticket to London. Currently sitting in 14th place, 60.2 points. Literally mere 0.8 separating them from 15th, and just that will not be enough. So they have to stay alive here, have to perform incredibly well. And if you're going to be running into Savvy Ultras and go control Deco, able to win that engagement, you heard Vision say it earlier, you just have to win your ones, win that gunfight, win the engagement, and Savvy Ultras and Co have been known to do so.
Looks like Blade and Savvy are going to continue to hang out inside this building and see if they can win it. Well, Savvy's gone, so it's all up to Blade. The other two inside of the gulag. Maybe grab a free pick. Maybe. Patiently waiting, finds him. Thinks he gets spotted. Gonna push out. Grab an elimination, at least one trade, but bye-bye for Banzai. Team in second, all inside the gulag as Mubisti tries to get a third party.
Vortex went big in Marshlands on map number 5, but teammate not going to be able to do that. They're all 3 going to be in the gulag. Prey on those 1v1s. Those are going to be massively important. Zanza, though, still alive for Team 25. PD just north, and we had a lot of 1v1s here.
Yeah, I mean, teams, this is the nature of the 6th map. We didn't really have time to talk about it. I think the desk hit on it a little bit. Like, 6th map, if you're down in the dumps, I mean, you're gonna go flying at teams. I mean, sometimes when you're playing the highest level of Warzone possible, when teams start doing incredibly unpredictable and reckless things like taking 30 or 40 or even 50-50 gunfights, that's what catches you off guard more than anything, because you're used to playing against the top talent. So if they're making dumb decisions, sometimes that actually works, and it's hard to counter. So you'll likely see, I mean, you can see already 9 teams already out of this lobby, and we're not even out of the first circle yet, Tiff. I mean, talk about a totally different map. Map 6 is chaos.
The chaos that ensues in map number 6 is tough to counteract. You called that right. It's easy to anticipate what a normal team would play in 2 strong on high ground. You can see they're making that push for the engagement, but already having 2 eliminations, looking for Stuvo, not able to land a line of sight on him, does see him, but it's best to just jump off and pull the shoot at the right time to minimize the amount of time that you're floating in the air, because if you prolongate that, you can get shot out of the air. Looking a little bit like Duck Hunter. We've seen it happen to the floaties.
Always. I will shout out too, I mean, we're at 5 maps and going into, of course, partway into the 6th, and we're already at the metric we talked about. We're already at that 60.4 metric after 5, so it's a little bit tighter competition this time around, and you know, it's more akin to where we were at with North America. The 15th cutoff in stage 1 was about 72, so that's likely where we're going to see our point totals, which means you really needed to average about 12 points per game rather than that 10 or 11. So fun to kind of see the differences in stage 1 and stage 2, how albeit if Jukeyz and Co win this map with a massive game, now they're gonna have to win this gunfight first, they could still dominate the entire competition similar to stage 1. We've lost Vision though.
Did you see that interrogation about to come through on Vision? We don't talk about that enough. If you have a clean line of sight and you know you're not going to be immediately pressured, you can interrogate a player and find out the location of the other 2 members of the team. But Lenun trying to win this fight on Benny Central on the high ground. Good smoke. Not going to rotate out of here. Was looking to plate up, but it's not going to come through. Primza, they're going to close the deal here as Primza looks to put a pressure onto Lenun. Not going to be enough. Jukeyz in the air. 1 elimination, flying back in. Things are looking a little dire for them, Goj.
I know. I'd love to go back to that fight and see if Meeks is maybe able to come in and clean up the third party there. Meeks was trying to push and almost save Lenun, but didn't get there in time. They should be fighting that exact same fight, but here goes Blade. Wait a minute. Blade last alive for his squad? Pops the Deddy to try to rotate in and grab some loot. Has enough money to buy back, but he's got to get to a buy station.
Should be right here.
Yeah. Able to find it. We'll get 1 back at the very least. Hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Team in second. Trying to salvage this last map to make sure they secure the cash money. I mean, there's a lot of money on the line. Yes, they've already qualified, but we're looking at a difference between first and second place of 9,000. It's 30,000 for first, 21,000 for second, 16,000 for third. I mean, these are crucial $1,000 moments every inch of the way through this map.
You talk about cash. Joewo, your current third place team, looking to put themselves up the leaderboard, just a mere 14 points outside of that top position. And they're already starting off so strong, 6 eliminations for just one member of that team. And check it out, Sweezy, Tony, Dandaman squad up on the rooftop. Looks like they are having a building that is being sieged, but if they could just maintain the high ground, nade spam the ladder, prevent them from pushing up, you'll prolong it, but then you'll get third, and you can see Team 12 just in the distance out on the left of that mini-map.
It feels like there was like a kill bounty that was set for the last map. That's how fast this is going. There are 35 teams here in the second circle. This is not even, there's not even a map that's even close to this in terms of raw numbers. Teams are flying at each other. Look at Blade in the kill feed. Blade just found, I think, a full team wipe on the Maze Diablo squad as Dandaman's getting some more covering fire from behind, but there's one creeping up, likely a dead silence. Can they get the trade? They do, just barely. Sweezy staying alive.
Sweezy and Dandaman keeping the dream alive. Probably gonna have to get Tony back, but that's okay. You're right, 35 squads though, and with still 2 other teams in this location of Al Mazrah. You got a line of sight. Nades going out just for funsies. Probably not gonna connect, and if they did, wow, GG's to them.
GG's to them indeed. Nice high ground position. Still looking over some of their competition. Continual kills flying through that feed. Vision and Lenun somehow scrapped away with their lives, but look who's in hot pursuit. One of our kill leaders, Joewo, right behind, jockeying for one of the top spots. I feel like Inxian and Co don't get enough credit for how well they're playing today. Of course, they had a fantastic stage 1, got 4th overall. Need to better their circumstances. Currently situated in 3rd with a banger of a map thus far. I think it was Inxian that was, or Stuo actually, that was already sitting on 5 eliminations partway through the second circle. I mean, that's a fantastic start. If they can set up well for the in-game TIFF, they could likely see one of the biggest games of the day.
I mean, that's exactly what they need to do. And then we saw a bit of Pentagon on your screen as we were coming on over to Vortex and Co. They're in 19th place and need a massive game here in map number 6. And I think that we're seeing a lot of anticipation or more aggressive game style here in map number 6 because the teams that are outside need to make it happen. One team already qualled, Pentagon done and dusted. Kazar trying to get out with their life. I was just talking about how they were a bubble team, how this is going to be such a significant fight for them, because if you can qual here and avoid going into the last chance qualifiers, that's what you need to do.
Tiff, they're being pinched between the 3rd and 4th place squads. That's Meeks' team on the other side, holding the other edge. Kazar's in 17th. This is a must-survive circumstance. It looks like there's at least one more flying back in, so it's not all she wrote yet for this team. Fuzzin, Kazar, Pentagon on the brink of relegation, having to fight back through LCQs. But still an opportunity to make it. 17th overall, top 15 make London. Oh, a nail biter at every single position. It looks like Jukeyz squad was able to stabilize as well.
Pentagon, you can see in the LM feed, did win their gulag. Unfortunately, it was against Nobu Spartan, so Team Chow having some difficulties, and Jukeyz and Co navigating this engagement as they swarm upon Tamaki. Gonna go down. Prodigy going down in the kill feed as well. A lot of teams just vying for whatever points they can get. And if you think about it, Goj, every elimination that Jukeyz, Lenun, Vision get right now helps them maintain that top position, that 10K per team member.
That's right. They're looking to go back to back. World Series of Warzone Stage 1 winners, trying to duplicate that win and secure 20 grand apiece between 2 competitions. Blade in trouble, 2nd place team. A decent map thus far. Blade's actually sitting on 6 individually, likely the kill leader for his team by a sizable amount. Decent map going and is somehow still able to survive. I'm telling you, these top 3 teams, yes, they can slay out. Yes, they've got great comms, IGL, and everything in between. Great chemistry. Their survivability is ridiculous. They've been put in circumstances that no other team's been able to get out of, and yet they're somehow still alive and still breathing in this 6th map. Incredible job from Jukeyz squad, Savvy Ultra squad, and of course Meeks' team as well inside of our top 4. This has been nutty.
We do need a big game out of the team that is pressuring Lenun. He's moving out into the open. You can see that player was trying to chow him. Lenun immediately doubling back to win that engagement. Now we have a 1v2 situation, and it's going to be massive. Jukeyz, the only one alive for that squad, and with mere points separating them from Savvy Ultra's team. They cannot afford to go out here. We'll open the door for other teams to make a play for that top spot on the leaderboard. And Jukeyz just winning that gulag, coming back with just one weapon, 2 eliminations, and now has resulted to hiding within the trees. You got to rotate through here.
I thought there was a chance there that Pentagon's team, who had also stabilized, was going to push up on Jukeyz when they saw one out in the open, or maybe even Meeks was flying over, but it's not exactly what happened. There's Echo's team holding this advance. Blade should find his death, and yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Blade fighting for his life. Vortex somehow got bought back. This team is nothing if not resilient. Able to stay alive. Blade likely going to hang out inside the gas, maybe try to make some massive wrap with some durable gas mask or otherwise, maybe some stems. But oh, nice, found a vehicle. Okay, so we might be able to relocate it from another angle. Very well done to stay alive.
Team Wars going down in the elim feed early on. Now think about this, they were in 10th place with 72.6 points, needing to solidify that top 15, so things are looking a little dire in Jukeyz. This would be a massive comeback if he could find the cash to get at least one member of their team, but that's tough, right? This is vying it out. Every elimination will matter as you see Blade essentially just roaming through the dunes, gonna get out, plate back up, Vortex back in the lobby. Some massive eliminations down, and they are just inside as we make our way over to Rohan Oil. Similarly enough, I don't know if you remember these trees, but Jukeyz made this same rotation.
It's a great shout. If I'm looking at the mini map, I was looking at our map. Team 30 is a team I'm looking out for. Are they still here? I think I saw them on the mini map for a second. Squad 30 was just eliminated. Just saw that come through. We'll talk about how important that is in a moment. That's B Groovy's team at 15th, by the way. That is out of this map as Bling CJ, Nobu Spartan, and Chow find another elimination and in trouble here on the edge of zone, smoking everything in order to stay alive. There are 3 teams here all fighting for the same position on the edge of zone. It's going to be a very tough rotation.
You mentioned B Groovy. I'm thinking, where is Echo? We haven't seen them yet in map number 6. They were your map 4 winners, and they are now officially a bubble team. But Chow, Nobu Spartan, Bling CJ. I mean, you just think of Nobu Spartan, Bling CJ, all the moments that we had throughout Caldera tourneys and how strongly they were performing. They flew over to France to take this tournament and are now looking to put on a historic performance to find themselves in the side of the top 15. So they need to win. They need that 2x multiplier. They need to have the best damn game they have ever had.
Speaking of taking this tournament, this duo still alive and still winning gunfights. Team 34 tried to push the equation and lost one because of it. Holding down the edge of zone. This is a great position if they can continue to hold it. Ulix and Lipton just hanging out on the outside of this building, hoping to catch Blade or Vortex slacking through a window or something. But here comes Echo, your team. Team number 9, creeping on the outside of the zone, while Jama 5 doing a lot of the same. This is about to be a cluster of 5-6 teams all fighting for the same spot. And Vortex and Blade are down a man.
Yeah, you got Team Louis CM. That's going to be squad number 5 on your screen. And here comes the rotation. Team Ulix, though, pushing the issue onto Vortex and Blade.
See ya.
Ulix going to be immediately punished for that. Getting sent out of the lobby. We're down to 25 squads. Goj, we are in that multiplier 1.2x, but you need eliminations to go with it. But peep the rotation from Team Echo. They're continuously moving further north on that mini map, just outside Rohan Oil, which means they're likely playing the hills, the trees, until they are forced to move. Now that Gulag is closed and the circle is about to begin closing, 30 seconds they have to rotate through Louis CM teams. And if you saw that peep on the minimap, Team Jukeyz is just on the outside of Team Louis CM.
Looked like I was going to call out Inxian, but it looks like Squad 4, Inxian, goes down in 23rd. Will it be enough to make sure they're still inside the top 3? I don't know. They had a pretty hot start, but lacking a ton of kill multipliers likely opens up the window for some of the other squads that are still up to push inside the top 5 and maybe even inside the top 3. That is great news if I'm Savvy Ultras and co. Your main competition that was hot on your heels is out of this game and you're somehow still alive. And guess who you're fighting? The team in 4th, Meeks. Look out for 21 in 6 at the bottom of this mini map. When we're able to swap back over there, that is a crucial fight for the top 3 that we've got to pay attention to, especially because Meeks, all 3 of them are still alive.
Doing everything that they need to do. Team Zathu, Rakes, Sisty, no strangers to picking up a lot of eliminations, looking down to Cord and Co. just in front of them, trying to gatekeep them from moving into zone. And even though Cord from Team Strays won map number 3, will it be enough? They were inside the top 10 coming into this map, but you never know. There could be a massive migration from the latter half of the teams outside the top 15 looking to put pressure.
I just saw Oki and Wiz get splattered by a vehicle. It's just FIFA alive, and then FIFA goes down. FIFA kills, team is wiped. They're out of it. 21st place. How many eliminations? I don't know. This leaderboard is going to be dicey, Tiff. I think there's a lot of teams that are going to be crept outside of the top 5 that thought they'd secured a sizable amount of the money because they are getting eliminated early. Top 20 is not enough. You need top 10. You need top 15. You need those kill multipliers. And Sisty trying to do just that. They're able to wipe another squad. 46 out of it. We're down to the top 18 teams.
All right, Sisty, you were in 26th place prior to this map. You need to have a strong performance here. You're making it to endgame. 17 teams remaining. Blade, though, they have been the Grim Reapers for so many teams, but now Vortex popping that self-res, last alive for the team. There's probably no chance of being able to get any team members back here. You want to win this overall here? Play the best game ever as a solo.
Staying alive still, just barely. No, goes down. Still a great map and made it inside the top 15 in terms of overall multipliers. Pretty solid. Made it to 1.4. Will it be enough to secure second place? I don't know. I don't think it'll be enough to try to take down first, because guess who's still alive? There's Vision, the lone soldier, leading the kill feed individually by a sizable margin with 3 more in the tally. We're going to see Vision creep up likely inside of 40 individual eliminations through 6 maps and try to creep into top 10. If Visions can stay up here without a gas mask, this might be enough to lock down first place and go back to back, as some of their main competition is out of it. And I say some, I think most of their main competition is out of it at this point.
I was holding my breath, waiting for that one stim that he was able to pull out of that loot. Now you can see just on the south side of your screen, you heard the interview with him. I don't know, I just win every gunfight. But can we get this going? But
wow,
look who's back.
Got the buys.
Lenun, Jukeyz, we are making it happen. Way. This is a masterclass of an endgame here in Rohan Oil, and you get the lay of the land from the position from the sky of where everyone is. Guns on top of this oil vat. Blitz still alive, trying to put on for the team.
Tiff, there's not a single team alive that could threaten first place based on my math. I'm not going to call it, but I might be calling it as Trance gets splattered by boogs. I think that's the microcosm of the rest of this tournament. Jukeyz going to try to do something with the pistol, and Lennon going to follow up. They're going to go down in 8th place, but all of our top teams have been eliminated with 7 total teams left. Now it comes down to our bubble squads. We've got High Ground with Guns and Blitz. Prodigy still up for Team Worms, just farming those kill multipliers, looking for hopefully an elimination or 2. Dan-to-Man loses 1. This is tight.
Team Guns, they are going to be a bubble squad just outside the top 15. Eyewitness Team Tony White, also a bubble squad, still in it. You can also see that Team Echo is still in the lobby. Bubble CT last alive. If I'm not mistaken, nope, Tomster Bomb's in it, so they're a duo in this endgame situation. But with that circle starting to pull, you look towards the teams that are able to gain some type of high ground. Sisty in the distance. They were, I believe, outside the top 20 coming into this, so they need a miracle.
Tomster Bomb, Echo, their squad was in 13th going into this lobby. Have they done enough? They're not going to count their chickens until they hatch, Tiff. They want to win this map if they can. They've got low ground position, but they got zone pull. They've got Shaftu right above them and just pistol whipping from distance. This was reminiscent to stage 1 in A with Sage or Shifty from distance grabbing some elimination with the pistol. Might as well. Those points are going to be added up, but 2 down below. I don't think they're going to have enough to take them out. Showcase your position to Tomster Bomb. Tiff, we're down to the final 3. Echo's team likely has secured their way to London. Can they increase the amount of money that they're walking away with at the end of the day?
But Team Tony, Team Xanthu over there, bubble teams in here as well. 2 squads remaining. Can Bubble and Tomster Bomb clutch up match number 6 and seal their ticket to London, to the global finals? They're just looking for one player from another Bubble team. Zathu, a pistol and a dream.
Zathu is going to throw away their life in the zone to not give up 2 points to Team Echo. Team Echo grabs another victory. Tiff, a second winner that won 2 maps in total and just punched their tickets to the global finals. What a way to finish EU Stage 2 finals. You couldn't think of a better circumstance for Team Echo. They were on the fringe. They were on the bubble. This burden of responsibility to make London was on their shoulders, and they not only made London, but they won the last map to make sure it happened.
I mean, you got to do it in style, right? I commend the player that did that to take second place because they were a bubble team, and you don't know who necessarily you'd be giving that extra 2 points to, because we know that the top 15 will come down to mere points. But let's run it back from the winner's POV.
Yeah, because look at yeah.
Maybe it's Sky?
No, I think it's above. Is it above? Are we copying?
Is it above? You've got a bit. Either that or he's on that blue. He's either on that in corner or on blue roof.
I'm checking down here.
Hey,
that's
fucking
good. 11 in a win.
I don't care. 22. Another win. Look at shit.
Oh, and those comms are fucking unbelievable. I absolutely love that from you. Unbelievable.
I didn't want to overcome, but I was like,
No.
Those comms fucking up.
Well, they were sitting at about 60.2 points overall in 13th place with a 22-point victory. They have certainly punched their ticket to London, whatever you want to say. They're going to be receiving those tickets in the mail. They're going to be flying to London and hopefully walking away with a decent bit.